Hey everybody, very good early morning, late evening to you guys, people out there. It is uh, it is IWJ Warrior Jr. with your daily dose of insight, opinions, views, um, thoughts. When it comes to pursuing pipe dreams, I'll get into the topic in a second. The narrative about ignoring the public. Uh, Sounds like I'm a celebrity or something when I say that, but I am anything but. Um, huh, let's see. I've been going to wrestling school 2 days a week. And I was listening to a little bit of Mike Quackenbush until we make it, but I was also listening to I was reading stuff on Quora, Quora, or like some of the blog posts, research on odds of making it as a pro wrestler business. 0.0013 people that chase the dream of being a pro wrestler make it to the big time, you know. And I talked about the fallout, the brief fallout that I had with one of the coaches at this school I go to. And I'm a guy, as you know, like if you go back and listen to my episodes, any of this, how passionate I am about anything I do, if you're going to give me the microphone and you're going to let me cut a promo, I want to fucking show you I'm here. And it's like the dude that runs the school, he doesn't get in the ring, he's right there. He's dead serious about this. And that chick Gillette, she's like, dude, when you do this one move and it doesn't come out right, I want to see it 15 times again. It's like this serious, hardcore mentality. I like it, It's like if I train somebody, I'm like that. I don't want to hear about where you're going on vacation or anything. I only want to hear if something's hurting you or something that relates to this. Not even talk about any of these guys, and other body, but it doesn't matter unless it's specifically relevant to the exercise I'm showing you. I mean, I watch everything. I look at where your head is going, like when you're doing the movement. I can tell like what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. There's this guy there. I really didn't care for him when I first saw him and I met him. This guy Freeze, like my height, skinny guy. Like kind of like even a little thinner than me if I don't work out. He kind of was like this, looked like he was on crack or something. I don't know what the hell, but I really didn't give this guy a chance. Just I sized him up, and then like I started to watch this guy, and yeah, like he can wrestle too. And I was like, okay, so what, skinny. But then I see like what this guy's doing. Like he's like this utility guy. He's like carrying around equipment. He's fucking setting up the ring. He's taking it down. He's moving shit, shirts. This guy's like a one-man army. And we start talking a little more. Like he's not when they're doing the wrestling school. He's more of like in the front space, doing all this shit. Takes a breather every once in a while. He's like 35, but this guy is like he's enamored and fascinated by the business. Like and will do like anything it takes to get in it. And it's not just hot talk, like it's walks the walk. Now he might not have what it takes to be, like one of these performers, like as you look at the guys in a WWE and whatever, and these are very rare anomalies. Like Daniel Bryan, whatever. Again, I already made my point about him. I don't really care for that guy, that grunge look, where, but the thing is, he came in with that following from Ring of Honor. Now I give the guy kudos for building that. Like over 10 years, 14 years. That's nor here nor there. But you have to understand that it's a business, entertainment business, and it's like I didn't get a chance to really explain this to Black Pro because when he was talking in his office, I let him do the talking, and I was like, "Thank you." I don't want to get kicked out of a school because of I'm very opinionated on things. It's not your school. The guy seems very open-minded to listen to you, but remember, it's his school. Like you're there, to build and take away from it whatever you can, but to work your way in the business. And I don't want to step on anybody's toes. You gotta be careful. Like it's like walking into a martial arts school, like with no real training. I mean, a bad analogy. Bad analogy. Because if you walk into a martial arts school with no training, it's it doesn't equate to becoming a pro wrestler. There's other dynamics. It's not like martial arts is just brute ability. Like yeah, there's elements of confidence, of respect. I know, there's all the things, but the skill is the skill. It's just now I understand in wrestling school they're teaching you the wrestling, but I have yet to see like what I consider teaching the total package. And he's making it sound like, cutting a promo, it's nothing, it's no big deal, and I disagree. There's this Asian kid. I'm not trying to. I'm saying it's nice. I'm trying to be nice, but this guy, he's like a mute or something. How can you use somebody like that? Like if he's not like a character, if he can't come alive, that he's like kind of like a shyish, thing. Like I know he likes to wrestle and everything, and he's trying, but he's got to crack open that disintegrate that shyness and yell, like, and he just can't. I watched him as referee. He's like, I came. I said, dude, come on, like, and he just can't, like. I really didn't say, dude, come on, but it's not my job to individually train people yet. I won't have, like I'm not there to break people's spirits, but the reality is, you gotta iron out deficiencies. You gotta build on your weaknesses. Like let me give you an example. So this leads into the topic of ignoring the public. I'll leave it. Okay, so this park that I go to, it's open 24 hours. They have, like I already talked about, the various stuff and rings and stuff, and it's in a place that's you got your West Hollywood gay clubs, on the boulevard, whatever. And these people, they walk up there, down, whatever, and they can see this little area that I'm using, relatively little area, and maybe they're fucked up going there, coming back, whatever, but every once in a while, these people open up their mouths when I'm doing my exercises. Now, I heard about this Wayne Dyer saying being active. Said be active, don't be reactive. I used to drink a lot. I used to go to bars, and somebody would say something. I'd be reactive. I've never ever heard that saying. When you're a kid, don't let anybody pick on you. Don't be a victim. And a lot of that stuff, is predicated on I mean, I was gonna say on fear, but is it worth it? Stand up for yourself, be a man. There's times, yes, there's a billion situations, but most of them are not worth the energy and effort that you will put forth to somebody you don't even know that tries to step to you. You know, you think it's your ego that you think someone's just come on, you don't even know that person. And they throw you what I call they throw you a curveball. And let's say you're made out to look like a fool and you're embarrassed and you try to stand up for yourself. You're only, it's just, the problem is, if you're a hitter, then you can hit the fucking curveball. Now, let me explain this. It's not about the snappy comeback. That's what it sounds like, but it's not. Guys threw me 2 curveballs tonight, and I shoved these guys down. Now, let me tell you how I did it. Lemon ginger tea. No special ingredient. I don't put that in the lemon ginger. I don't know why. And you know what the special is, the saw palmetto. I don't put that in there. Okay. Now, it was like a group, you know, these black kind of flamboyant gay guys. I mean, I don't give these people attention as a stranger black. So sidewalk, there's like a little hill that, you know, separates. I'm up, literally, I'm up above, you know, the people that fuck with me, and should be. You know, the park is above and the sidewalk is, you know, and these people that are walking north toward, you know, the bars and the clubs or whatever. And this guy, like, now, I'm working out with my shirt off. I know it's around midnight and stuff. He's like, well, why are you working out with your shirt off at midnight? I don't want my shirt to, you know, the one that I'm wearing going up there, you know, to get sweaty. And I like to work out with my shirt off, you know, like just for build personal self-confidence. Just in case in the wrestling school I got to show something, you know, what I got. And it's like that's the body of work, literally. Pun intended. So I'm doing my thing. And this one guy I could hear in this group of the people going by, he goes, you know, oh, this, you know, turn around. You know, let me see your front, you know. And so I didn't even look at the guy. I didn't even turn around. He kept saying, turn around, yeah, you're working, your body, just not. And then he said something about my, you know, let me see your dick. He just, now again, he's maybe, you know, a good 90 feet away, you know, and they eventually kept going. They didn't really stop or anything. So I didn't get reactive. I didn't even bother looking. Now, maybe 15 minutes later, there was this other, like, now there's a path, there's a walk path that goes, you know, in the park. It goes right by, like, where I'm doing my workout, you know, and it's like, you know, there's sidewalks, they lead to these nightclubs that are out there. The park is fairly good size, you know, but the area that I work out in, and they have lighting that goes there, so, you know, I can see people if they're going to approach me. Most people, the walkway goes, there's a big parking garage thing that's, you know, whatever, you know, 500 feet away, you know, so they're walking there. They're not intentionally coming to see me, you know, so, and plus there's like sprinklers that go off. They don't, water doesn't hit the area that I work out and there's no grass there. So it's, whole thing is that I'm there to do my thing, you know, whatever it is. So this black guy's walking with this chick. He's walking by, and I put my water down, you know, with my jacket, my shirt, whatever. And this guy goes something about my back, you know, and I turn around. And so he's just trying to get my attention. You're working out. He's just trying to get my attention. Kept repeating, hey, you know, like, and I just wouldn't turn around. Like, I would just, like, it's like the guy just did not exist. And he didn't approach me. He just kept going with this girl. But I know he was surprised to be ignored by that much, by me. Like, he's probably used to people like, yeah, thank you, kind of thing. Now these other 3 guys, you know, they were like, you know, I call them these people. they're just fucking around, you know, the rings and stuff. They're not there to work out, whatever. And one guy goes to me, and like again, I ignored him. He goes, "Oh, you got a great body." Didn't even look, didn't even react to the guy. And I know he's surprised. They're like either they think I didn't hear them or didn't give any credence. It doesn't matter. I don't care. The put downs or compliments. It doesn't matter. It's like to me these people, they don't matter. And again, I'm nobody. Like, you know, the thing is that, you know, the only thing that matters is I'm there doing the work. You know, they're just, I know they're surprised to be ignored like that. They're so used to getting a reaction. And they probably have never seen anybody like me that can mentally box them out. You know, they're just, I am not there for their entertainment. I'm not there to, I don't care. Like their compliments don't mean anything to me. Now sometimes I look, I see women walking by, so I will look occasionally. I saw one that was a real looker, and she was with a group of these gay guys, and they were going down, and she didn't even bother, she didn't look at me or nothing. It was gone so fast. She was, you know, I would love to, you know, I saw like she just visually it was like, oh, okay, like that was something. That was a every once in a while something rare like that I'll see walk by, and I'm like, wow. I kept looking at it, and it just eventually disappeared from view. Like you're not getting, and so, and then this other guy fucking approached me. Man, it was a lot for. It was an overwhelming. It was like there was like 4 or 5 different things. Then this fucking clown, this one guy, came up the hill. He was smoking a cigarette, and he goes, "Oh, you're working out." I said, "Can you take that cigarette somewhere else?" And he scared him off, like he just left. And that was the first thing. Because there's no smoking in the park. And what a moron will come up there and smoke as I'm working out. I'm gonna smell your fucking smoke while I'm fucking on the doing hard exercises. Are you fucking out of your mind? Guy climbed up this. It's not a steep hill, but it's. And then this other fucking clown, you know, he tried to do. He got up there when I was about to do the rings, and he said, "Oh, you want to see how many we can do together?" And I just walked away, ignored him completely. Like, you know, again, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 to 6 people like trying to interject with me, trying to communicate with me, and all of them, I brushed away without saying a word, except to the fucking dude that was smoking. That had to be said, you know. Like you go up there, and there's signs say no smoking in the park, so you know, so I felt like, you know, that is warranted to say that. Technically, the park's supposed to be closed at midnight, but people, you know, the nightclubs let out at 2. People walk through to get to their cars, whatever. So it's kind of unenforced. Um, but you know, I really have been able to work out for a little while because of the do anything because I was going to damn wrestling school. You know, and you know, I want to talk a little bit more about that because that's like I'm fascinated that one guy that these people like how could you wrestle for free? Like his mind, this guy, he doesn't understand that you're being taken advantage of. Like now, I already talked about the 3%. You know, the what I break down, and I like to repeat it just to reinforce myself, to remind myself. There's 3 components. Like you say, 100%. Now I'm talking about guys. I'm not talking about women. Um, I'll talk about women too. You know, maybe another episode. But I'll talk about the dudes. And a third is proficient wrestling ability. A third is can you fucking talk? Like, you know, and I mean like, you know, not exceptional like Roddy Piper, you know, or and I mix in that third of talking with character and not in the ring like, being doing a couple things. I mean character, like personality, like it's a total thing. It's everything like that you project. And then the final third is visual, like, and when I mean visual, it's not dressing up like something. I mean physically, what do you look like? And that's it. Now, you don't have to be like, not everybody fits. Again, like if you're a big guy or a huge fat guy, I don't expect you to transform into a bodybuilder. I mean, it's not your like, let's say Rikishi, like he's a big Samoan kind of fat guy, like that's the nice way. But there was a spot for him. There was a need for it, you know. And Rey Mysterio Jr., like a small luchador, doesn't need to be a bodybuilder, but there was a need, a Mexican luchador, like, you know, there was a need for it, for one. So my problem with the way this guy runs this wrestling school, that he's not covering all three components, you know, or he's giving less credence to component number two, and definitely to component number three. Now that's all you could. It doesn't matter. They're not in order, but to him, it's a wrestling school, so that's all I'm going to teach you is the moves. And there's a problem with that because it teaches you the moves and you're proficient at one, and then you go to like an audition for, they send you to fucking whatever, or you try out for something. They say, well, let's see what this guy is, character personality, and you're like, you're not, you can't talk, you don't know what to say, and they're just gonna look, they're just gonna go like this. Say, well, they're out of here. You're wasting our time. So what? You have a little ring proficiency, but you got no character, you know how to talk. And then may God help you if you're supposed to be one of these guys that's supposed to be in shape, and you're not. They're not there. It's over. It's like it's you're just taking up their time. Like they're gonna buy. It's like they're gonna say next, and you're gonna be like, I spent a couple years like practicing these moves till I thought I had it down, and then I go to this audition, and they just said next. Yeah, because you're not a complete package of anything. Again, I'm going to say this again. Not one of these people in the wrestling school, not one of them look like anything physically. I mean, as far as body and shape or anything. There's one guy. There's one guy that is just blessed genetically tall, who could, he's no Big Show, but there's no real. He ain't no Gene Snitsky either, or Kane or something like that. He doesn't have like those guys. Some decent size on them for their size. And this guy don't have it. He never came up to me and said, hey man, how do you work out? How do you do this? Not one fucking person. And the fucking girl, this one, I'm sorry, like I get animated about this, but they're arrogant egos, but she's trying to hold it back. Like she's ring proficient. I don't know how old she is. You should ask her next time, but I could be very, very brutally honest, and it could get me kicked out of this school. Like I don't want to do that, even though I mean well. But it's like, can you imagine just like this eagle eye view of like trying to educate people on something, and then you can't, you're not allowed to say, or you can't do. I mean, she was doing bicep curls with 20 pounds. This is a little woman, little like 5'3", whatever, little chubby, but like, and she's doing like, but she's not. I use that. I try to explain to her, biceps a small muscle, the isolation movements. You're out of your fucking mind. I didn't say that, but you have no fucking idea what you're doing. None. Then she takes the 20 pounds, pressing them overhead with no back support, anything. Not even, like, doesn't need a full bench behind you, like, to rest your back on. but it has to have something for your back. You know, you can't be doing that. And I just watched this, and it's like neophyte, you know. And she never asked, well, how do I do this right or anything. You know, it's just amazing. It's none of these people even ask me for any workout advice. There's like one bench in the place, you know, it can be utilized, you know, for you know, back work, mostly chest press and stuff. But nobody uses this. You know, they got this blank, linear mindset of thinking of just like learning the ropes in the ring. They have no fucking idea of anything. I'm telling you, like that's why, like, go to this school now. I guess why would I care if I went to wrestling school and they're paying me $3,500 each student for like a year or whatever? I don't know what they're paying. Why would I care to help these people? You know, I'd help them in the ring, learn some moves and everything, but that would be the extent. Like, I'm not going to tell them, well, you need to do this. You need to. I mean, I know it all. I mean, I hate to say I know it all. It makes you sound like, but in a way, I do. In a way, I do, because I've been following this business for like 30 years. You know, not just as a fan, but as somebody that's met all these people off camera, size them up, look at them, look at the people that make it, look what they do, look at the people that perform, how the people talk, what do they look like. It's like I register all of this information, like, and then I started to put two and two together from a business perspective and understand how these people got there. So it doesn't matter if I don't know how to wrestle. It doesn't mean I can't be a booking agent or somebody that comes up with marketing tactics, his own promotion, or getting people like a chance to fucking audition for Impact or fucking TNA. I'm sorry, or WWE or ROH or whatever. You know, it's not like, oh, because you can't do this, you're useless. But end of story. They don't fucking know what somebody knows. Now, the guy that runs a school, he is the king. It's his school. You know, so that's the only reason that I won't talk like this when I'm there. I will try to let out little bits here and there and see how much he'll give me to be able to tell these people that, you know, but, you know, there's a reason why so few people make it, and I just mentioned them. You know, wrestling for free. That Mexican guy, you know, he's not in shape. He's not. The poor guy gets, you know, cut himself intentionally, you know, gave himself color, whatever, bladed, you know, that's called. I know, I'm learning terminology, and I know some of it. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. I can't believe somebody can be in something for so long and doesn't understand. Why the hell do you know, he goes, well, I've been in this a long time, man. Why don't you look like anything, dude? I don't want to offend these people. Like, I don't want to crack their egos, but give me an answer. Give me a fucking answer. How come you don't look like Eddie Guerrero or something? What the hell's wrong with you? You're proficient in the ring, but you don't look like nothing. And, you know, I saw you came out with a mariachi band. What kind of nonsense is this? Because you don't know how to talk. I didn't see one person. The only person that talked was the ring announcer. That was it. Now I get it. This is a wrestling school. It's a new kind of thing. But you expect the people to come to your show. You gotta fucking give, you know, it's like, what are you selling? You gotta fucking present a great product for people to buy. And I know, it's like, he doesn't get it. He thinks like, well, it's all about the moves. It's not. It's not about the moves. It's a third about the moves. He doesn't get it. Like, you know, let me ask you, how many wrestling events I went to? I didn't give a fuck really about the moves. I went there to see the guys that they tell the best stories. They know how to talk. And then the writers, they make it like really great, you know, like Kurt Angle and stuff like that. Yeah, the wrestling is cute and everything, but that's not, Kurt Angle is more than that. It's that boisterous personality, that ego, that warped Olympic mindset that he is. music, it's so many things. And this guy does not, I know if I said it, he gets it, but, because you tell somebody don't get it, then you're implying they're stupid. And they're not stupid. Nobody in there is. But it's like, I can tell you why, like, you're there and not there. And I don't want to offend anybody, but you don't, I could just look at you physically and say, dude, what's going on here? You don't know how to work out? I got a family. I got to, well, but you got time to wrestle though, but you don't got time to lift. You don't understand. You're putting too much emphasis in one component and you got zero on the other ones. To pass a test, let's say it's, 90% is an A. Well, let's say, okay, ring proficient. So you got 33% there. You don't know how to talk character and you really don't got nothing. That's zero there. And you don't look like nothing. That's zero. What's 33% of 100? It's a fail. There you go. Now I will talk about women because I got time for this. For women, the ratio is skewed. It has to be, because majority of it is banked on their looks. Period. Now there's exceptions. I think it was Nia Jax or some big women. You very rarely would see. I mean, but come on, man. Victoria, Trish Stratus, Stacy Keibler, say Molly Holly, but, it's still even her. But the Tori Wilson, come on, man. Sable, whatever. The look is like, now, is there room for like a girl that's not? There is one very fat, like an orca fat kind of woman. There's a couple of them actually, and they work too. They play like kind of scary looking women in the ring. There's room for that. There is, because it makes like the pretty ones are scared, whatever. It's entertainment. It's everything. There's room for it. I'm open-minded enough to understand this. They all don't have to fit the Dallas Cowgirl cheerleader. It's not that. It's an entertainment show. It's important to have like, hot black chick and hot, different things. They're all needed. They're all necessary. But more of the the pretty of the Tori Wilsons and the fucking Victoria, whatever. Trish Stratus's, whatever. And in this, so the component, let's go with the components. So the first one, ring ability. Okay, that is important. So a third for ring ability. The look is like, I mean, my God, the in shape thing, unless it's an anomaly of like a real fat woman or something. A woman, the in shape is like, my God, it's like more than half. I mean, it feels like maybe like 55%, close to 60%. But the look can be mixed with the in shape, so it's so much. And then being able to talk and the look thing, it's there. Like but it's not that important. It's not it's not as important as ring ability. And the most important is visual presentation. I mean, like the visual presentation is like it's so much. It's the most by far. It's not 66%, but it's way up there. It's like could be like damn near close to 60%. I'm just thinking because it's like the women I mentioned, the look is like everything. Now they got the ring ability. They're proficient. And the talking thing, that kind of like, it's like They don't got to be. It's not that the character development. It's not really doesn't. It's not it because guys are just looking at them. It doesn't matter. Like it's not that big of a deal. A little talking, it's not like they don't got to be that good at it. I mean, think about this. In an office or something, guys they're having a business meeting, and a gorgeous woman walks in the room, doesn't say a word, but just walks by, and it's like hushed silence. She didn't say nothing, but her visual look and the way she's dressed and that she's in shape, there you go. It's just the way that it is. So, it's not the same as it is for guys. Now, if you put together something like a Randy Orton, 6'5", they bill him at 250, could be because that tall. And a guy like has a really good look, just good looking like Roman Reigns or whatever, then the thing is skewed a little. It is because it's just you got that you got that charismatic, good looking thing, and then you put that together with the ring ability, and it's a bonus if the guy can talk, as far as having type of character, like that is comes out, like these guys work on those deficiencies. They've already got the look, whatever, and they're in shape already. They got the ring ability. They spend more time working on their character development and their communication in the crowd. That's why you watch on SmackDown and you watch on Raw. It's a lot of this. It's a lot of this. It's not. There's the ring action, yes, but it's a lot of build up for it. And that is what makes those shows. And the problem is those independent promotions don't have any of this because they don't know what they're doing. And I mean, it's not that easy. I know I can just say it, make it sound like they don't know what they're doing, but it's kind of like it's their fault, but it's not their fault because they don't have the vehicle of promoting those characters like they do on the Raw and SmackDown, where you watch and they build stories and everything. These independent promotions don't have no stories, so therefore the characters can't be developed and the people don't know who they are, and it's just it all doesn't build properly. It all doesn't build properly. Therefore, the people don't show up, and then there's no money to be made. So it's. Now I know what this guy with Black Pearl he's trying to do. He's trying to put so much focus on the wrestling, so then people will come back and thinking that that's what it is, and it just doesn't work that way. It doesn't. Okay, so he puts on an event in Huntington Park, thinking all the Mexicans are going to show up because this one Mexican guy, is like the can wrestle, but again, the guy doesn't look like anything, and he doesn't know how to talk. He doesn't have any personality, and it's again 33% out of 100 is a fail. Now he's there at that wrestling school all the time, and I just can't. Like I'm gonna see. He's got kind of that. It's like I just don't want to create any enemies there through my sound advice. Like, can you imagine? If there's a guy that's been here's a perfect analogy. There's a guy that's been digging in this. I'm making this up as I go along. It's not Acres of Diamonds, but it's kind of an off similar story. I'm making this up as I go, but it has a point. There's a guy that's been digging in this mine by himself for about 15 years. And he's there by himself. And he's putting in a lot of fucking time. And you go up to the guy and you say, why are you doing this? What are you doing? And the guy says, dude, I've been going after this for a long time. And I'm like, well, what are you trying to find? And how do you know that the effort that you're putting forth, that you're going to strike something? and they can't give you a clear, definite answer, but they're so driven to keep going. And so whatever you say, it's like it doesn't matter, it doesn't register, and it could be taken offensively. I could say you could be digging in a dead mine. Look, I've been at this. He's still going for 15 years. There's, I'm going to find something if I just keep going. Who says? So, something in his brain, for whatever reason, like he got on this thing, obsessed with doing it, and thinking that, like, it's going to lead somewhere if he stays with it long enough. But I said you could be digging in a dead mine. There's no veins, there's no gold there, there's no diamonds. Now, perhaps if you go over some surveys, maybe you could find a mine that hasn't been worked at in a while or something. There might be something there, but your mind is so closed to possibly entertaining the idea that you're going in the wrong direction. That's what that Mexican guy is at that fucking show. It's like, I'm not trying to put him down, but I'm trying to educate him with what I, with what I think I know. And he won't have any of it. Like, so it's like almost not even worth to educate somebody that's so busy digging in a dead mine. You basically ask them, how long you been at this, dude? Independent wrestling. I said 14 years. One guy told me 7 years, and I just sat there. And I'm looking and I'm waiting for your questions. Like, I don't know what you're doing. Now, I danced for a very long time. I wanted to be on television. I got it with other people on television, and then even better, I got it twice featured independently. And my friend Harry talked to me today, and he said, "But you didn't make any money, though." That's what. And I agree. Money is very important to survive. But my dream was to dance on television, whatever. I got that when I was 31 years old. Now, I did make $300 from winning some contest, whatever, like that. And then they paid for me when I was on Per Diem, when I was there, on Dance Fever. And so you think you dance and get anything. Dance Fever, I got Per Diem, and I got hotel and airfare, whatever. But you're a fool if you're performing in wrestling with any type of time under your belt. You're not progressing and not getting paid. You're a fool. You're working for free, like you're being taken advantage of, and that's stupid. That's stupid. If you're just starting out, I get it. Like, there's nobody that it's you're nobody or something like that. But how could you have some time under your belt and not realize that you're being taken advantage of? Ringside $45. Gee, general admission 20, 25. I paid 20, but if there's 200 people, let's make it low. 20 times 20 is 4,000, and that's 20 times 20 times 200, 4,000. So, and I'm not including the ringside seats, which are double. So, let's just say I'm being very conservative, that the show made $5,000. The guys that now they rented the place, set up the ring, do everything. But your main eventers, the guys that got nothing. What the it's like, where's the? You gotta give. No, people are performing. Everybody's got to get paid. Everybody has to get paid. Some way or another. Now the guy goes, my pay was a 200 performing in front of 200 people. You're a fool, dude. You're a fool. You think like, and he has like, the guy that gave himself color or whatever, cut himself with the red, thinking like you're willing to do anything like that. It don't matter. I will, you know, let me. I mean, here, let's. Okay, I'm gonna show you something here. Oh boy. Okay. Now, this Mexican guy, if he's like 200 whatever pounds, right? And you put him next to me, he looks like he don't exist. Okay. He looked like absolutely nothing compared to me. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Now, I can do in the ring, I can fake punch, I can do a little fake kick, I can sell. I can't do like really not yet. You know, I have trouble with the back bumps and all that other shit. Okay, fun. I'm not a proficient wrestler. All right. I'm not a proficient wrestler. Okay. Now, the guy had me. He thought like Black Crow thought he had me on the spot by having me cut a promo. You know, and I fucking opened up my mouth. He opened up the barn doors and I fucking ran through. So I opened up my mouth better than anybody I've ever heard there. And the problem is, he doesn't. I've never heard him allow any other people. One other guy let him cut a promo, and this guy, this black guy, he kept repeating the same thing. It made fun. Okay, he was just trying to rib me after I went talking about, you know, I was talking whatever, I was bald or whatever, something I'm old or whatever. But then he kept repeating it. What does that show you? Now he had some ring ability. I saw him in the ring, but again, physically average, like an average skinny little black guy, like nothing. Couldn't really talk. And the character, you know, whatever, I see nothing there. Back to the Mexican guy. You can maybe clump them all together because none of them look like anything. Now, again, I'm not, let's say I'm, you know, out of 33% ring proficient, I'm like 1%. But I can fucking talk and character and physically. I'm there or something, you know, to work on. You know, you saw it, and I'm hard on myself. I'm not like 185, but those guys are like 1% compared physically compared to me being proficient at 33%. So let's look at my numbers: 33% physical, 33% talking character, and then like 1%, you know, ring proficient. What does that come out to? 67%. Still like a D plus package. Total D plus. Not even a C. Not even 70%. That Mexican guy, 33% for proficient ring ability. I didn't hear the guy talk. I saw him come out with a mariachi band and doing the dancing thing, trying to do a character, you know, because of that whole presentation. But there was nothing there. I tie character to the talking and everything. Zero. I didn't see anything. And physically zero, 1%. So this guy is with being in this thing for like so long, I give him a 35%. I'm way better than him as a total package with no experience as a wrestler. I'm almost twice as more as him. Now, if I went in there and I told him that and everybody heard me that, I guarantee you I'd get kicked out of that place for the second time and they would never have me back. I proved it with the talking. I prove it physically when I walked in there. It's there. Like it's like you got it or you don't. Or you don't. If you better train your fucking, you better be reading fucking monologues and working on things like I do. Now I have new shit that I even written down already. More stuff. Right. And this guy makes it sound like, no, just cutting a promo, anybody can do it. Yeah. Okay. Show me. Just bring these people in there and just have them go one by one. Let me hear them talk. And I guarantee you, they're gonna stutter. They're gonna get nervous. They're gonna mix words. It ain't gonna come out clean. It ain't gonna come out with personality and gusto like I did, like Mike Papa Pump with the glasses I wore and the fucking seriousness. It's like a fucking actor, man. It's exactly what it is. It's an actor, okay? Confidence while people are trying to talk over you, making fun of you as you're doing it. I make it look fucking easy. Well, even I have my little bit of flaws, but I fucking keep working on it. They don't. Because this guy is just teaching him how to wrestle, like, you know, the 3D move, the Dudley, okay, you just go straight up, and then you take the front bump, and he takes the back bump. You got no emphasis on real, total development of a character, of physically, everything. It's got to be everything. You have to be everything, or you're nothing. You know, I'm sorry. Like I said, the percentages, it just is that way. And that's why 0.0013 make it to WWE, because reason like that. And being kind of like, you know, there's the genetic lottery. I'm sorry, the lottery of the, you know, you're just, exactly what they need. And somehow, you know, you got a connection that pulled you in or the right time. There's anomaly factors. Or you built up a following like Daniel Bryan and stuff like that. Look, the ratios can be skewed. I know it. It doesn't have to be third, but it's a general rule. I guarantee you it is. I guarantee you it fucking is. So in a sense, with nothing, just like, you know, being in decent shape and having a mouth, I got more than all those people in there without any ring ability, with a good stomp. I can't even take a good back bump. Can't even pick up a body slam. So nothing. A fake kick and a little punch. To me, you know, he goes, well, the talking is nothing. To me, the in-ring ability is nothing. I say. I counter what his views are. And I know it's not welcome because it's a wrestling school. We're here to teach the moves. Don't matter. Don't matter. And you don't have to be an exceptional talker like Roddy Piper, you know, or, you know, there's a charismatic thing. It's not just him, but like, you know, Ric Flair, you know, like it's showboating. It's like, you know, it's a rare. That's why these people, because they're so fucking good. Now they're good in the ring. They're total, you know, like Roddy Piper wasn't built like a bodybuilder, but it didn't matter because the other things, the other exceptions were so high up. The talking was so, you know, like it skewed the dynamic of the ratio. It wasn't that important, but he didn't look like a thin nebbish. You know, he was like whatever 230s, whatever like that. You know, like it was enough to get by. Like he wasn't anywhere near bodybuilder or like imposing or anything like that. But it was enough, like because of the talking and the character and the persona and the wrestling ability that he had was so great that it's like, all right, that's a winner. We need that. Everybody that got there, there's explanations for everything. It's all understandable. And the people that never made it, it's completely understandable for me. Like I now there's anomalies, but that one girl like that, you know, again, she's just, you know, she should be a really good trainer. I don't even want to say her name. I don't want to give her credit, but she's very ring proficient, but she's too old. And for a woman, it's over. You know, like you're fooling yourself, especially. You know, like no, 32-year-old, like it's the only reason Vicky Guerrero got a little push as a GM is because of her, you know, because of Eddie. And you know, it was nice that she tried to give her part for it, you know, but not as a wrestler, kind of as a GM and whatever. It was nice. Nobody would have wanted that. But anyway, as far as this one woman, she's like a little, chubby. And I know she's trying to get back in shape and something like that, but she's fooling herself. There's no fucking way. There's no way. Like maybe an independent little thing in there. You ain't going to the big leagues. You ain't going to Impact. You ain't going to WWE. No way. You're out of your fucking mind. Even if you were like in better shape, you got the kiss of death is age for women in that. It's not. Guys want to watch and jack off to. I'm sorry. I'm being honest. They want to be enamored. Like, go look at a gorgeous woman. Like they pull their hair, like the glow, or whatever. Like that. Pretty women. Now there is one chick that goes to that school that I see. Now there's the fat chicks too. There could be something for them, but the one that I see is the one that I like. She's just magic. She's just magic. She's probably 20 years old, and it's like the first day I went there and I saw her out of the corner of my eye, I just like I lit up. I lit up. And I just she was just that one first thing. I was such a distraction, but I boxed it out because I said I gotta know why I'm here for me. And what happened was at the show, at the Huntington Park show, like, and it's like, it's just so beautiful, like what she did. And she just stood there, like, and looked at me, like, it was just incredible. I give anything. If I could have a girlfriend like that, I give anything for it. I give anything. And it's not just because she has a great body. That's not it. This part of it, I'm a visual guy. You want me to lie to you? But it's more than that. There's something that I see in this woman that I've never seen in anybody ever. There's like she understands the levels of seriousness, of teamwork. She understands like how to be like a performer. And then she's like a regular person. Like she tried to hug me, like it's like she's like better than me. Like when I was at 8, like I've seen women that are tough and everything like that. I understand that, but this one has got like it's something truly special. Like I never seen anything. I mean, it's like just incredible. Like again, I would do anything to like be with this. I mean, it's like it's so unfathomable. Like this woman, like she's. It's like I wish I could be like that, as a person. Like if I was a performer, like I wish I could be like her. Like I love, or I was. Like I was so dedicated and I was serious, but then to be a person too on top of that. I mean, it's truly something extraordinary. It really is. And I know, the owner of the ring thing, when she had an intergender match, she was wrestling this guy, he took out his camera to record her, like, for whatever reason. But she really is something, like, I mean, again, I wish she'd call. I really wish. She texted me, like, to get to want to know me. I mean, it would be like God, like, telling you, like, everything that you gave up in your life that was bad, like, here you go. Like, this is what it was all for. Like, congratulate, like, I gave up so many things. I gave up drinking. I gave up gambling. Like, I did everything like I could. Remember, like, Field of Dreams? I don't know if you ever seen that movie, but Field of Dreams. Remember the end? Like what that guy went through? It's so powerful. Like, watch the movie, but that ending is so important. His dad was, oh my God, like, I did everything you wanted, like, everything. And at the end, like, you find out what it was all for. It's like in the Shawshank Redemption at the end, It's free, it took everything and then some. Everything and then some. Most people will not do it. They will not fucking go. They'll settle for whatever they can get. They'll take the meat. They won't eat crow. They won't fucking stomach that they don't see. Now that guy that I talked about, that's hammering that thing, maybe he'll strike gold one day. Maybe. I still think, it's time to stop and reassess. Like I did when I went to that dance event. I went the wrong way. I could have kept walking. I would have wound up in Huntington Beach, like where I needed to get to that Irvine Hilton. I was going the wrong way. Now I was walking at a good pace. I felt like I was going somewhere. But when I hit that one street, this small street, I stopped and I said, holy shit, I could be going the wrong direction. And my friend John, like thank God, like I was able to talk to him, and he said, no, Mike, you went the completely wrong way. I had to walk back for 3 miles. Like I was going the right route. I didn't know. My point is, I didn't know. Somebody corrected me. Now I made it to that event toward the end, but I made it there with a little help. It's the same fucking thing in life. It's the same fucking thing in life. You could be going in the wrong direction, and without like that insight, the klieg, we call it in Yiddish, the Jewish, the klieg, the smarts, to stop and say, this, I'm going in the wrong direction, like, or it's not going anywhere. Going on dancing at nightclubs, thinking you're going to get discovered, doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. There's anomalies, but for the most part, no. And this one that I like, like, this is she, if I could describe her, she doesn't, I mean, Victoria was a IFBB pro, fitness or something. This woman doesn't have like she's kind of well put together, kind of. She's definitely no China, like them, but she's it's not that, like it's like in my mind she's the star of my federation, like she's the champion, like, of my WWE, like in my mind, like as a person, like that's how I think, I want the woman that likes me to be like I'm her champion, like, and I never had a woman ever, see that in me, like I feel like giving the card was just another, it was just a kiss of death again, or it's something I did just to, say, you tried, it's over, forget it. I just don't see me being the kind of guy that a woman like that, or a woman that I'm attracted to, is going to want. Like I just, like, it's the same thing, like an audition, and she's the one that runs the company, and she's got her checklist, and no, you're not what I want, and that's it. It's nothing personal. It's the same thing like the bartender woman that I liked years ago. I just didn't size up for whatever reason. And you know what? It's part of life, man. They say don't take it personally. How can you not when you see something you like, like that? And it's not just visual. It's like seeing that person, what they do, and how they. It's like they're a mirror of you, like what you wish you could have been, or something. That's it. Maybe one day, I mean, a dream would be for her to hear the honesty. Like, this is honest. It's who I am, you know? I wish, like, she could, I wish I could tell her, you know, like, but I just don't think it would ever happen, you know? And it's not that it's not, I'm not putting out in the universe. I just feel like, you know, you're like, I'm the kind of guy that it's just, it was over for, and it never, before it even began. Like, I just wasn't anything special for that kind of woman, you know? Like, I wouldn't believe it anyway. I think like I'm just an old car, you know, like that. It's like nobody really sees it, you know, like there's no, it's like a fixer upper project. Like, listen, a guy that's going to be 50 by the end of next year, even if I get my doctorate degree and what I'm planning to have it by next year, before I'm 50, when's good? You can build a life. What are you doing? I fucked up, you know, for most of my life. I dug in the wrong mine, you know, like I for too long. I was so stubborn, like I chased stupid dreams, and then I did bad things. I was in a mine with no mask on, you know, so that's like smoke. Well, not, I didn't smoke, but you know, drinking and gambling. So I did things that were all wrong, all wrong. Now I gave up the toxic things. But again, too late, too late. You know, in your 40s, you know, like you didn't build a life, you didn't become anything, you didn't, you know, make anything of yourself really. That's it. They size you up. They size you up. Whatever. Now I'm not a clairvoyant, psychic, mind reader. I don't know, but you know, I know what I feel when I see this woman. I just am completely just like I love her. Like I mean, what I mean by that, I just like when she just stops and she looks at me like we're standing there. I mean, it's like just I'm just I never seen anything so captivating. Like I think she's that incredible. You know, like in my mind. You know, I mean, I just like it's really really special. You know, it's really special to me. You know, and I don't know what she thinks. I guarantee there's some other guy. It has to be. It's like, you know, it always is. It always has been for me in my whole life. I never had my ship come in. I never had it ever. I've had a couple miracles, sort of, but and no, what I mean by miracle, look, man, I'm holding out for the right one. I mean, isn't that enough? I mean, you know, that's, and I'm not saying she is, but I don't, you know, if a woman like that she doesn't give you a chance, then who will? You know, like who would? You know, like that. That's what I'm wondering. Like, if you're a good person, like that should supersede everything and anything. It doesn't in Los Angeles. I know, but I believe like it really is who you are. It really is who you are as a person. It is who you are, and I know I'm repeating this, but it's so important. It's who you are as a person. It has to be. Money comes and goes, everything, you know, like everything, but it's that bond, that who you are as a person, like what you've gone through, like that means everything to me. And I know it's not going to happen with her. I know it. I know it. I know there's too much interference in this world. And what I mean by interference is everything and anything that will keep people from connecting. There was a guy there first. There's not, I don't know, I was going to say not your type, but I mean, it's just, there's so many ways that things don't work. But for me, just like I ignored those clowns, those people, all of them tonight, except the one guy that got within smoking distance. He came up there. Then I said something, and they deflected him fast. He got the fuck out of there. But, and that's what it is. Like, if the woman is the right match for you, then all of these things that are in the way, they won't matter. They won't matter. It won't make a difference. All the interferences and everything, like those people like that, we're trying to, that's all interference. There's tons of that out there. Tons of that. Worthless garbage. I'm sorry. I hate to call people that, but that's when you're focusing on something, that's what it is. When I'm there doing, and the first time, I didn't think I mentioned this on the rings. This is the first fucking time that I was able to do it one arm at a time. Like Tarzan doing that. I'd never been able to do that. Tonight was the first time I was able to do two-handed and grab and two-handed like this. But now I can do it one hand at a time. And I looked at how long did it take for me to get there? 10 weeks, 70 days. Now I didn't work out in the park for 70 days, but over the duration of 10 weeks. Probably went to the park probably 35 times. I can count it out. I can look on there. But now I'm able to do it. Now, I already talked about this. I don't want to harp on the feelings I have, what I think about this woman, but I know eventually I'll get the no. I'll get the no from her. I know it. I'll either ask for it or it'll come up nonchalantly in a brief conversation, And I know maybe she'll even look for a reaction. Maybe she's not one of those vipers, like she's a good one. She's honest. I know. I could feel, But it's like part of me, it's not that I want to hold on to the delusion that, to have this, that your dream of having this girl as a girlfriend. It's not that. Because again, I already said the reality is I know it's not going to happen. It won't. It won't. Because there's just, it just never has. It'd be too good to be true. Like you're fantasizing is what you're doing. You're fantasizing, about something that is not going to happen. It's not going to happen, And guys will dream, they'll dream of being with a woman. It's just not going to happen. Never has, and more than likely never will. That's okay. Everybody wants in life what they can't have. That's what it is. don't get my hopes up. I don't. I don't. Can't. I can't. I talked about the analogy of that sewer can. The top of the sewer weighs like 500 pounds, crushing you. With rejection for a woman that you love to know, whatever. That won't be. That won't affect me like that when I get the inevitable answer of I'm not interested. I'm seeing somebody or not. Whatever it is, that will answer that. That's what it will be. It'll be everything but yes. Think about it. It doesn't matter. It won't matter. If I'm seeing somebody, I'm not interested. I can't think about. It's everything but yes. That's just what the thing is. It'll be everything but yes. So never, it won't happen. It won't. I gave her my card. She hasn't texted me. It doesn't matter. It won't happen. It will not happen. And it's just not you. I'm not supposed to take things personally, but it's something that never happened really in my life. Like I just never. It's like your ship coming in or whatever. I don't know why they call it that, but I'm one of those guys that when it comes to that, there ain't nothing you can. It's just you ain't it when it comes to that. You ain't it when it comes to that, and that's okay. You got to be okay with that. Hey, you know what? The right guy, like whoever she winds up with or whatever, it's good for him. Like you just have to say it like that. Like, hey man, wow, you must be something really special. And it is. That guy that she winds up with, he'll be something really special. He'll be something really, really special. Probably closer to her age. The same passionate thing, whatever. It'll be a better match. That's that. Like it's and life goes on. You just. I would wonder. I would say, "Damn, I wish that would be me." I wish, I wish that was me. But it's not going to be you. It won't be you. It won't, and I'm okay with that. I just thought, I just thought the way that God works is that like kind of like in the Shawshank Redemption or the Field of Dreams, like if you go through everything, like really in life, and it's like you will be presented with something that you wouldn't believe. I've seen something like this before, like in my life. Now again, I never got it, of course, but I've seen it though. I've seen it. I remember that first time I went to what I went through, that older person dancing. I literally walked on the highway. It was insane what I went through to get there. I danced my ass off. And at the very end of the night, I saw something that was really another one. It was really pretty. I saw this one that was kind of my type. Didn't work out, of course. I tried, but of course, with another friend and then this other guy's interference and for whatever reason, and That's what happened with this. That's what happened. I went out of my way to like go to this wrestling school. I gave up, for me to not go to the gym, for me to go to this place instead, and for me to give up things that were toxic in my life. And there it is. There's what you've been waiting your whole life for, and it won't happen. It's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen. And like if I tried and gave him my card, everything like that, it's not going to happen. I know it. I know it. And you got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with that. You don't have a choice. It's just that's the way it is for me. I'm not wired to be for the women that I'm attracted to. That's it. Like whatever it is. Or it's a combination of having extremely good taste, whatever. I don't know what it is. Your spotlight does not shine bright enough in Los Angeles or California. She's from San Diego, by the way. All right. Anyway, good reflection. Good talk. About my thoughts and opinions on this one. I know it's kind of a long one, so already open. And this, I hope kind of learned something from my experiences, my thoughts on making it in the professional wrestling, in the independent, whatever, and my thoughts on relationships, and also my thoughts of ignoring things that don't matter, being active, not reactive. Easier said than done. So, you know, hope you got some takeaway from this. Warrior Junior out. Lay down for a little bit. It's hard to be honest sometimes, but it's the